Well, Vice President Joe Biden could be closer to a White House run today. That's according to reports that his family is backing him as he nears making his decision public, though not everyone is welcoming a Biden run.
According to a new poll, 38% of Democrats feel Biden should stay out of the White House race, while 30% say he should get in. Joining us from D.C. is Amber Phillips. She's a political reporter for The Washington Post. Amber, what do you make of these new numbers?
Yeah, well, I think they're a little bit troubling for Biden, to be honest. I think one of his incentives to get into the race was a poorer than expected performance from Hillary Clinton. And along with these numbers that show Democrats aren't jumping in big numbers to see him run, we have new numbers out this week that show Hillary Clinton's once stalled momentum is picking up. Almost inversely with that, Biden's momentum is slowing down. And I think that's important to remember, that their voter base is very similar. When one's up, the other is probably going to be down. That being said, these are all spreadsheet calculations. I think the vice president has made clear he's thinking from his heart and not just a spreadsheet, and only he knows that answer.
Let's talk a little bit about Bernie Sanders. He's planning to give a major speech on democratic socialism soon. In the past, the Vermont senator has really been pretty reluctant to use that term. So why do you think there's a shift now?
Yeah, well, I think he has, for the past 30-plus years of his career, kind of been on the defensive about socialism. When he first ran for mayor in the 1980s, it wasn't even something he mentioned, even though he very clearly espoused socialism ideals. And he, up until this week, when he said he's going to do a major speech, he only ever talked about it when asked by the media, pretty much. And I think he's decided, you know what, let's define it for myself, because we have all these other people, saying what I think socialism is. Donald Trump, last week called him a communist. And Senator Sanders finally decided to get out in front of that, and some of his longtime supporters say that's the right decision.
Let me ask you about the Republicans. A new CNN poll out today shows that Donald Trump and Ben Carson are way out in front. The next closest candidates are Marco Rubio and Jeb Bush. They're tied at 8%. Are Donald Trump and Ben Carson running away with this contest?
Yeah, well, right now it is definitely their moment, and it's both of their moments. And it's been Donald Trump's moment for a long time. An example of the depth of their support is the NBC Wall Street Journal poll out today, or late yesterday, that shows that between Republican voters' first and second choice, for the first time ever, Donald Trump and Ben Carson best more establishment candidates like Jeb Bush. So right now, they have a lot of momentum, but all the caveats apply, which in this campaign means we really do not know what's going to happen next.
Can we talk a little bit about Carly Fiorina? She, definitely received a boost because she had, after her last debate performance, it was a strong performance. And, there's a lot of talk about whether or not she was going to be able to use this to sort of ride her way into the top 3 and stay there. But now she seemed to slip out of the top 5. What's going on?
Yeah, well, I don't think she has used that debate performance to ride her way to the top 3. What I was watching for after her stellar debate was how she would handle the scrutiny from being in the spotlight. We had, stories in the Washington Post and elsewhere looking at her controversial time as the head of Hewlett-Packard. We had fact checkers on her all the time because she can get a little loose with the facts. And frankly, she just hasn't been able to rise above some of that scrutiny. I think she's got to have a really good week this week when Hillary Clinton is in a spotlight testifying about Benghazi before Congress. Carly Fiorina shines when she critiques Hillary Clinton, and she's got to sort of rise above all the other Republican candidates trying to get their attack in. If she doesn't do that, I'm a little concerned for her.
All right, Amber Phillips from The Washington Post, thank you so much for your insight.
Thank you.